Yes, people, this is Merville Myers, your blogger from Alma Grove. I'm just trying to show the world how I am coping. I've told myself I need to pick myself up and get on with this job of clearing my name, exonerating myself of 30 years of systematic discrimination. And then my husband is telling me he's had his flu jab, so he doesn't need to go for the appointment. I said, no, Tom, the flu jab is different from the appointment that you need to go. You need to see the GP for a thorough check over. Yeah? Sorry, guys, I had to put the fear of God in that man. I'm holla, bala, holla, bala, holla, and tell himself, you know, see what they're doing to me. See the letter come about assessment. So me putting things together. Because by God, this is going to stop here, right now. Yeah? Merville Myers' timeline of systematic discrimination. Yeah? Here. I'm decent. NHS medical card number issued 4th of the 12th, 1992. In 2008, I self-referred to King's College NHS Foundation Trust, OH, after the death of my brother with cancer. My medical records must be used to verify why the GP refused to give me a medical report for the ET case. Reference YouTube video of Mary Curry triggered my PTSD. Blacklisting and networking. Despite the nervous breakdown after the death of my brother, I had to pick myself up from the bottom of the career ladder and work my way back up. List of discrimination. Publish. South London Press. Abnormal pap smear. Raise concerns to CRB. Diagnose chronic anxiety. Raise concerns to HR and Unison. Allegations trigger PTSD. Self-referred to occupational health. Admitted to A&E. Signed off by GP. Nervous breakdown. Hounded out of my job. Evaluation. Started using holistic approach to manage my disabilities. OU studies. Valium. Wean myself off prescription medication. Represent myself at ET. Targeted by SODOC section. Role of the LEA. Role of LSBA. Role of LSB. Role of Ofsted. Role of the Unison. Role of Mary Curry. Physical and mental impairments. Menopause. Participant in research. Parents' letters. Qualifications, trainings. Dr. Maria Hudson's experience of multiple discrimination. Graduate Lambeth College and OU. And I've since also graduated Storm or wherever. I'm in the HCT Group Impact Report. Maybe I should write that there. Alright, I'll write that later. Let's get on with this. Fuck. Let me reach. Picking up the pieces. Peckham Settlement and Augusta Foster. Reference to Southwark Council Inclusion Officer. Discrimination continued at Peckham Settlement. Former colleagues. Olive Sagnag. And I couldn't name the go on. Winifred Jacks. Westminster Children's Society. Did an interview, not successful. That was when I was working with Joelle Locks. She later became one of the youngest managers, I understand. Where is Joelle now? Out. Joelle is out. I understand she had to go retrain to be a driving instructor. Yeah? Such waste. Fitzrovia Community Nursery, refer to trainings. Camden, LEA, NHS. Understanding statutory assessment. Role as Senko, manager and area manager, and Joel Lax. Transferred to Luton Street. Well, I don't need to write much. It's all out there. Targeted. Empowered by the manager. More agency staff than Leaf when I got there. Rebecca Brown left within 2 weeks. Katie McGill. I advised her to build her CV. Dr. Maria Hudson research. Yeah? So I done the first research with Dr. Maria Hudson, whereas I was based at Luton Street. She came to my house to do the interview. Yeah? And where am I how many years later? Conducted a voice of a child research for June O'Sullivan, August 2010. Yeah? And then I put Richard Harty panic, call my mobile, 27th of the 9th, 2021. And I put men in child care. Because there is more evidence coming in that men in child care was changed from what it was developed by Richard Harty to become the pedophile rings operating out of House of Commons. Go refer to the reviews. I didn't have access. Winsome Duncan sent 3 of them to me. One from Joyty Bahajwaj. She did not use Bahajwaj, she used another name. Yeah? So yes, the pedophiles are in the early years sector, hiding and jumping ship. Richard blogs, men in child care. Yeah? Conabart Gate, jump ship to Bright Horizon. I saw online that David Stevens is now in Scotland promoting men in child care. Now what did they do to David Stevens? He was manager, they took him back to the floor. Like what they did to Ashana, is she still there? What they did to everybody, basically. What they did to Judy Vaughn. June O'Sullivan is a manipulator, a mastermind, a former mental health nurse. We're going to get to the bottom of this, June O'Sullivan. Yeah? So my story is there. I contested the ET, the EAT and all this there. It's already in the public. Yeah? So I'm moving forward to thrown out of the UEL. GP failures, reforms. Mental health practitioner rescued by security at UEL. UEL staff on my course. Role of Mary Mitchison. Send police to my home 21st of the 10th, 21. Role of Southwark Women's Space. HMCTS, miscarriages of justice. Solicitors Regulation Authority. Their role. Bar Standards Board. Judicial Conduct Investigation Office. Ratnakanam, the latest. IOPC. Ratnakanam. Neil Solis and all of them. CCMCC. There's an outstanding judgment for Ryan Clement to pay me back my husband £9,000. Where is it? Court Enforcement Office. Didn't do what they're supposed to do, but I was to pay for them to abort it. They're all criminals and pedophiles and perverts, putting children at risk. Mopac, Neil Solis, and them lot. CPS, CJS, David Lammy, done the review. I've been doing reviews. Go look on Google, on my Google Maps, and Trustpilot, the reviews I've been doing. HMPPS, yeah, their role. Central London County Court, yeah. Universal Credit and DWP and the assessment center when I was there on the 25th. Now I'm supposed to be doing what? Telephone, whatever. What can I do of telephone assessment that I could not have done there with my bags packed up with everything that I needed? I done a booklet, capability for work questionnaire. So I'll do the evaluation. Because you know, as I said to my husband, if we don't go to that appointment, you're leaving me to their mercies to say whatever they want to say and do whatever they want to do. Yeah? So I had to put the fear of God in him. Yeah? Because if that's the only way I'm going to get the result, it's not abuse. Yeah? I've read the abuse and the Mental Health Act. Yeah? Because they've pushed me over the edge and they're continuing. So let this thing, whatever. Yeah? This is the way I'm regulated to be living. Again, why? As soon as I pick myself up, I'm being pushed back. Why? Well, it's gonna stop. Yeah? So now YouTube and Google and all I know, yeah, can continue. Here it is. You can continue. Yeah? So these are from when? Yeah? This is what I have here, people. 1998. Yeah? So how did I become a criminal needing emotional regulation treatment? You want to say how? How did that happen? Some idiot police boy come ask me about if me have British passport. And that's why they don't understand what is happening with Mr. Tony Seeley's Windrush playback story. Because we've been exploited. Yeah? And I make no reservation in saying we've been exploited. Because after I was the one who done your recording, done the recording for whatever, where Maud said she nearly murdered somebody, and you said, I'll pretend as if I didn't hear that. Then again, on the first, Maud was there telling her story. This time she used a different narrative, but it's the same thing. I nearly strangled somebody. I nearly murdered somebody. Maud need additional help to not bring that in when she's talking and telling her story. She's moved on, but she hasn't moved on because in her head, it's still bothering her that she nearly murdered somebody. She nearly strangled somebody. What other narratives will she bring out? So then I'm trying to tell you, if a child lives with, I was that child who lives with, and despite what was happening, I was taught to develop resilience by a teacher, Miss Una Perry. It takes a village to raise a child. Yeah? That child who becomes that woman whose face was portrayed across the world for Windrush 70. And after that, what did they do? I went down to Walworth living room and I was talking to Richard Galpin. Yeah? I'm still waiting for him to send that video. Because if he doesn't send that video, I'm going to get Richard Galpin for whatever. Because he's telling me Southwark Home Space, whatever. It has sent him for reference, and he sent the reference. So I'm regulated to somebody like Richard Galpin to write a reference for me to do whatever I need to do. If Richard Galpin doesn't send that video, yeah, the world is gonna know. I'm waiting on them.